I'm changing my intro. Hope you guys like it. What is this like rainbow? Where is it? Yep, it's self-explanatory. Now I'm playing this off of the GameCube Sonic Mega Collection. Hey, have you ever wondered how you're supposed to attack your opponent by creating combos? Well, like, there are a whole ton of people, especially on Viz, no offense to you guys, that don't do well at this game, like chaining self-wise. You guys want to get good at this game? Take hints from me. I'll give you a whole bunch. Now, I won't be even using Dr. Time's Beam Machine in core. Instead I'll be using a website which has complete relation to Dr. Time's Beam Machine, along with Kirby's Avalanche and the famous Puyo Puyo series only in Japan. PuyoNexus.net. Now, for this, I'll be using the Chain Simulator. So then you'll be able to get a whole ton of info how this works. Now, this is completely related to Dr. Mike's Beam Machine, so I think it'll be okay. Well, as long as it's on topic with the game itself. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go start this off with some simple tricks. And I think you guys know how the game would work. You would have to match 4 Puyo the exact same color. Like this. And make them disappear. Well, we're gonna go beyond this and show you how to be able to chain in this game. Sorry, I can't hold it very well. Now, you see there, I put greens there. Now, putting these greens on top of the red will prevent the red from being set off, and I can use the green to chain. This will create a 2-chain. Now what we'll do instead of putting that 4th green, we'll put that blue there, put 2 blues here. Then we'll throw the green right on top of there. We can then use the blue Puyo to be able to set off a 3-chain. Not yet, we'll put 3 yellows here. And then put the blue right on top of there. This will make the yellow my trigger chain. This will set off a 4-chain. Now, let's go see. It's a perfect 4-chain. Now, how does this work? Well, I'll show you right from the start. Now, for this example, you see that there's a green that's going to be dropping down to be able to set off the green Puyo, which will then set off a red. This is a 2-chain. Well, let's really get into it. Okay, so for this example, you'll see these Puyo down here. You'll be wondering, how am I going to be able to make a big chain out of this? Well, let's say you'll get 2 red Puyo, and that you'll stack them right on top of the blue here. Then you'll see a green there. Well, let's just say you'll get about 2 greens, and then another green along with another random paired color like purple. Like that. So then you'll get like so let's just say then you'll then get a blue and green Puyo. You dropped it down onto the blue, and this will set off the red, which will then set off the green. Here's what the chain would look like in game. Can't do something with the brightness, unfortunately. I hope you can see it okay. Pretty yellow there. Now I'm going to put the red right on top of the green, then connect this red with the other reds, put the purple here, put a yellow here, and then throw this yellow right there. And then just have to wait for that, and here's what it would look like. Set off that, set off the green, which sets off the purple, which will then set off the yellow. Well, I'll give you a few more examples. Example. Now, you've seen this kind of method of chaining quite some time ago. Back when I did my chain compilation of Mean Bean Machine. Well, let's show that technique. This method of chaining is known as the 3-1 Kaizen variation. This is a pretty famous method for chaining. What you do is that you stack 3 Puyo of the same color in a column, stack 3 Puyo of an entirely different color in another column next to it, and you keep repeating. Now, what will you do to be able to actually make this go? Well, we're going to make it start from the first red, and then go all the way to the second blue. So, what you do is that put a Puyo here, no, not there. I know it seems weird trying to control this. So, this chaining method is pretty famous for how it goes. Now, how you set it up there is not the exact kind of method. For 3 colors, it uses the method using red, green, blue, and then doing the red, green, blue again. So what you do is then when you have this, you can set up the chain, starts the green, then pops the red, then pops the green, then pops the blue, then pops the green, then pops the red, and then pops the blue. Does pretty well. 7 chain for those. Well, let's look at a few other ways you can pull something off like this. Well, pretty cool methods lie with this. So, at this point, this basically ends the basics of chaining. Now let's head over to the advanced. Yep, let's get into the real method of chaining. These are the chain methods that are used in competitive Puyo play. There's a method known as GTR, one of the hardest methods to even learn. And it's just insanely difficult to pull off. Especially with all the random Puyo you get. The Puyo you get can really determine your luck with being able to set off GTR. This is just beginning, but this isn't the exact GTR method, but this is close. Like, this is what a GTR looks like for beginners. But then let's try setting off like a different method. Chaining, like, there are many different methods, but I really needed to point out this GTR. Well, I highly recommend you don't even try to learn this trick until you become extremely good. Like you'll be practicing the GTR for months until you can even get consistent. Once you get consistent, like fairly consistent or really consistent, you could become one of the extreme Puyo players. Thanks to techniques. I researched all of these based off the PuyoNexus.net website. This is completely related to Dr. Monk's Mean Bean Machine, while also having relations to the Puyo Puyo series all in Japan, and then the Kirby's Avalanche game. Like I said, there's a few other methods I can show, but GTR is the most important. This is what a GTR looks like in real play. Managed to get this in first try. This is similar. You do it's a GTR into 1-to-1 method. These methods you can search up on the PoyoNexus website themselves. You can look up these techniques all from PoyoNexus.net. If there's anything you need to know, you can feel free in the case to ask questions, because I know this stuff is pretty difficult. Pretty nice that I can actually give you guys quite some help. I really appreciate doing this. Well, thank you. Thanks, and the Caraboca dance, and the Caraboca dance, and the Caraboca dance. Boom! Now, something else. Now, when you get good enough at this game, if you get so well at chaining, you could probably do this. This is actually a diagram of what a 19 chain with 3 colors looks like. Yeah. Blue, green, red, blue, green, reversing in the blue, red, green, blue, red, and then reversing in the blue, green, red, reversing in the green, blue, red, the green, the blue, and then the red. This will total a 19 chain. If you can be good enough to be able to actually do that, well, I'll bow down to anyone who can do it on Viz. Now, the rules for doing a 19 chain can be on literally any kind of Poyo game. This can be any official game, or even one of the Flash games like Poyo Versus. And there's also a few Japanese Poyo sites which you could probably give a try. Now, this stuff actually isn't that easy as it would look. Now, first off, the RNG for the Poyo is literally completely random. Meaning that sometimes you can be able to get a technique very quickly, and then other times where you're flat out desperation and you can't even get hashtag that one Poyo to even pop up. Well, techniques aren't that easy, but when it gets pretty fatal, like in the case of not being able to get the one Poyo you need, unfortunately it becomes a hazardous nutshell. Hazardous. Very hazardous, I tell you. Red, blue, red, then that yellow, and then that blue managed to get stuff. Well, everything is really self-explanatory. Well, yeah, you can probably tell why I did that again. Carbuncle says that we're getting really close to school. Okay, now it's time to give the links for these Poyo websites I think you guys should try out. First, this one. first.jpslash/MATTUWAN/PoyoSimulator/tokopoyo.html. And then if you want to get some real amazement, check out poyofura.nonip.info/poyo. Now, this game will have quite some features. It's a Japanese-only game. Now, when you get to the title screen, the first option will be to connect to the internet to play with others. The second option will be able to play by play locally with another person using the keyboard. The third option is for Endless Puyo Puyo, and then the fourth option has quite some settings. Well, hope you guys had quite some fun, as I did with chaining. Again, thank you. Well, I'm out. Well, want to see what my next video is going to be? Well, I'll show you. It's going to be the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 now. I'm going to be out right now.